Welcome back to Abby Kimani. So today this is Ask a Mom, one of you guys' favorite, and I have a special guest, which is...
My name is Rachel Kimani, also known as Mama Abby. I'm so happy to be here. It's an honor. I always like to tell my daughter, well done.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mom. So, how are you today?
I'm fine. I went to church, we came back, we had lunch, and now you asked me to be here.
Yeah, I did actually. So today, I'm going to be asking some interesting questions about apologies, okay? So you think you're up for it?
Yes, I am. Bring it on.
Okay, sure. Number one, is giving gifts to someone you've wronged the same as apologizing?
Wait, no. Giving gift to someone is giving gift to someone. Apologizing is accepting that you have done something wrong to that person. And they two are different. I don't know why you're asking that, but many times, whether adults, whether children, sometimes we find it hard to say, I am sorry, or forgive me for what I've done. So instead, we try to appease, we try to give gifts in order to appease to that someone's, soul, to soothe them. I call it bribery. Yeah.
Like some people, they just have big egos, so they can't find it in them to say sorry. Like they'll die, they'll get a chronic disease if they say sorry. So they just don't, Actually, I've had parents, the typical African parents who don't say sorry to their children even when they're wrong. Like they make the same mistakes as their children. When their children do it, they're beaten. When they do it, everyone makes mistakes. They have never had their parents apologizing to them. And I'm like, wow, I can't relate. Like if my mom is wrong, I know she'll apologize, or my dad, or my siblings actually. Well, most of the time. Yeah, join by most of the time. Anyways.
I think apologizing is actually a quality that shows that someone is strong. It's nature to feel like if I apologize, I'm going to look so small and the other person is going to look big. But when you actually see things from the other person's perspective, sometimes you even apologize for what you're not very sure about. But because the other person, the other side doesn't feel like it went well, when you apologize, you build yourself. And it's a sign of humility. You won't die when you do it. So don't buy gifts when you're wrong. As parents, don't buy gifts to your children. And you know why it happens?
Wait. Don't buy gifts to your children as instead of an apology.
Yeah. So now she has finished for me. So if you have wronged your children, don't come with a gift. Don't buy the best of the gift first. Apologize. Say sorry, because you're teaching your child actually how they will behave. You're actually role modeling. You're telling them that when they grow up, mistakes will happen, and the way to go about it is not just to buy gifts and to just try to appease. You're telling them this is how you will be, and this is how people will relate with you. When you learn to say sorry, you show them that you're strong. And then the other thing about apologizing, you make the case easier. You make your relationship with your child better. Now that Abby wants parents to apologize, children, apologize to your parents as well. Some children are just hard. They'll just look at you and you're talking and they won't even see their error. It goes, Abby, it's a coin that has two sides. So you just say, if it hurts the other person, if I don't apologize, same. Even my dad or my brother or my friend or my teacher, they have feelings and they just feel it is okay when I say, I am sorry, when I did this, you felt like this, I apologize for it.
Okay. Now, number two, do you feel like it's okay to apologize even when you don't mean it?
It's not necessary. If you don't mean it, then why are you apologizing? Apologizing is when you reach that point of I've seen my wrong. And if my apologizing is first for my good, not even for the other person, then it's very meaningful. But if I have to apologize because if you wronged me, if I offended you, then I'm sorry. If I did this, then I'm sorry.
I'm sorry you feel that way. That's the most, if someone tells you that, that's the fakest apology in the world.
You had her.
That's, you know, like, okay, can I?
Yes.
You know, like, for me, like, let's say for me, like, my temper, like, it depends. It takes a while for me to get angry, but certain things make me angrier faster than other things. Like, for example, if you insult me or insult my friend, that will get me angrier than if you start acting grumpy because I told you to go in front because you're a nice maker, because I'm the prefect, or I was by the time you'll be watching this video, I guess. So yeah, and if someone tells me like sawa, when you naambia like huyu asimame, like na huyu kwa nini unaniambia mimi nisimame na huyu mwingine anaongea, like what's up with that, or like sawa, like, and then me, you know, there's nothing that gets me angry than that. And then they're like, CG, oh, this, that, and you're mad at me. I'm like, okay, like, I'm not putting your mouth. Honestly, this is my honest opinion. And I'm really not trying to be rude, but I'm just saying the blatant truth. So there's that time something like that happened. I was like, I'm not putting for her mouth. Simwekei mdomo. So whatever she says is in her control. Whatever she does is in her control. If she wanted to make noise, it's not my fault that she wanted to, that she went in front. It's her fault that she made noise. And then she was mad at me. So I did apologize, but not because like what I said was wrong, but more of how I said it was wrong. Maybe I put it too harshly, but I did mean what I said. I just didn't mean it in a really rude way. So I don't apologize if I don't mean it. Like, if you're mad at me and I honestly know that I'm not in the wrong, I'm not apologizing. You stay mad at me. I know you'll come around eventually. But yeah, that's just my policy.
Oh.
So, let's move on to question number 3. Have you ever found it hard to apologize?
Yes. The idea about asking for forgiveness, looking for reconciliation, looking for, you know, a better way of living does not come easily. The idea about apologizing doesn't come easily. Mm-hmm. The natural way, Abby, is to just say, who are they? After all, they have wronged me. Sometimes somebody can wrong you and they want to turn tables and make you carry their guilt. So if you don't understand yourself, you find yourself apologizing for what you don't know. I used to suffer from that when I was younger, because, you know, when you're young, you have a lot of energy and you're looking for what will, you know, like protect your rights. You're looking for what will make you right before the people you're having a tussle with. But after some time, as you continue to grow, I realized actually when I apologize, when I seek for an apology and forgiveness, it's for my benefit first. It's not to the benefit of the person who I have offended. And you see, as they say, with age comes grace. Some things I never apologized for. Even I can be the first one to tell you, I think I went wrong there. I think I ought not to have done that. Before you even tell me, I will apologize. So yes, there was a moment I had issues with apologies, but it only deteriorates things. If I've wronged you, and you can actually see what is so hard with her telling me, I am sorry, you will block yourself from being accessed by me. You will make it hard. I will build walls. We're supposed to build bridges, not walls. Yeah, I'm better. Yeah.
So question number 4, which is, have you ever known you were in the wrong but didn't apologize?
It's more or less like the first one, long time ago. Now, gladly, by the grace of God, not anymore. I don't know if you observe that. You know, I live here with you. I don't live in the heavens. Sometimes the people you live with are the ones who will tell you whether you possess that quality. Not anymore. It's not a big deal. Sometimes I can even see somebody who is struggling with something they have done, but they want to push it to you, say, oh, I apologize if it didn't work out very well. It was not meant to be like this. It will be better.
So today's final question. Juicy. How do you differentiate a fake apology from a real one?
It's easy. One doesn't have to differentiate through words. There's something called the body language, their eyes, there's attention. I think attitude. I could easily come somewhere and I'm sorry. That is the word, I'm sorry. And I am sorry. Please forgive me. Or I'm sorry if I did something wrong. I'm sorry if it made you feel bad. I didn't think you're that sensitive, but anyway, I'm sorry.
Triggering. I didn't think you're that sensitive.
Yes.
Excuse you. Please.
You can, because sometimes the judge of the judge between two people is their conscience. I don't know. I am able to tell when someone means it, and they are also able on the other side to tell when I mean it. And Abby, I'm so much into relationships because some of those little silly, almost you can call them useless things, they're the ones that mess something that is very good between parents and children, between employers and employees, between teachers and students, and especially between teenagers. Because sometimes teenagers are full of themselves and they're thinking, I know they will come looking for an apology and I will make them just look for it with all the strength that they have. Yes, I can, and there's no difference. Maybe if this helps, there is no pain in apologizing. If you have been wronged, if somebody wrongs you outside there, you can also look for an apology in the right way. Because if you just go demanding, you've hurt me, this is what you keep on doing, I don't appreciate this, the person you have wronged, they will actually think, they have already earned their apology by the way they are telling me. Just tell that person, when you did this, it made me feel like this. When you happened to say this, I felt like this, as opposed to, you always do this, why did you do this? Abby, by the way, when somebody asks you, why did you do this? It puts you under pressure. It invokes a motive kind of, it's like you're looking for all the bad reasons why it happened. But if somebody asks you what happened, you feel like you're deserved. You don't feel you need to guard yourself like, now what are the reasons they are thinking I did this? And that happens every day, but because we are growing, these things, they come by and by. Yeah.
So like personally, usually fake apologies go something like, I'm sorry you feel that way, or like, no, not even I'm sorry. Because for me, there's a difference between sorry and I'm sorry. Like if you come and then you like, we're mad at you and like, okay, sorry, or like, pole basi, or just like, sorry. And you expect me to be really with a real one, please, no. But for me, like, and then you're like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean, like, for this time that, like, I really made an insensitive joke and I really didn't mean it. Actually, if he's watching this, I don't want to mention his name, but I am so sorry. Like, he's my friend, actually, and I feel really bad. Actually, he's watching this, I'm actually sorry. So he was eating, like, something that's not really filling, like, just something plain that's not really filling for, like, the third day in a row. So I'm like, Bangle, like, of course that's not his name. He's like, you eating spaghetti again? And he's like, yeah. Then I'm like, no wonder you're so, and then like I didn't finish because I realized how it would sound. Then everyone's like, Abby. And then I realized, oh my, that was so mean. Because he's like really skinny. And people would make fun of him like once in a while because of that. So I felt so bad. I was like, okay, look, like Bangle, you know what, I'm so sorry. It didn't mean to come out that way. And even if it did, that was so insensitive. What you eat is none of my business. Like, I'm really sorry. And he understood and he was like, no, it's okay. I get it. I understand it was a joke. But like, it's okay. So I was like, because wow, I felt super bad. But usually, you can tell a real apology from a fake one. Because a fake one will be apologizing because they got caught. Or apologizing because you feel that way. Because it's like, because of your fault. They're apologizing that you aren't sensitive enough to handle their joke. Yeah, but a real apology is accepting your mistakes and actually like accepting your mistakes to that person and apologizing for it. That's why like when I go to a teacher to report myself, I don't like apologize and say I did this because this and this, or but I'm sorry, but I usually say I'm sorry, like I've accepted my mistake, because you have to accept that first of all, like no matter what the reason was, you have done a mistake. So do you want to add anything else?
Yes, very important. Sure. The reason why you went to apologize even before you were told is because he knew you want to say sorry and move on. And that's the right way to do. If you apologize to somebody, and even to our viewers, also be kind and gracious to forgive. When somebody comes and say, I am sorry, please don't keep quiet. Just tell them it is okay. Tell them I forgive you. Because sometimes what happens, Abby, the people who go to look for an apology, they're so willing, but the people who are being apologized to, they're stuck there. Like, yeah, I wanted you to feel like that. I'm happy looking at your face, looking like that. But
then, you know, if like someone has really hurt me and they give me an apology and it's not sufficient, you know, I still feel that pain. It's not that sorry for interrupting. It's not that I'm benefiting from that state of theirs. It's just that they have still really hurt me and it's in my head. Like, I personally won't tell you it's okay. I'll tell you apology accepted, and that's if I've accepted your apology. But if I'm still like mad at you and I'm still hurt, I'll be like, okay, I'll think about it, but I've heard you.
That's okay. Even apology accepted is something. You remember we said, when you forgive, it is first to your benefit, not to the person who has been offended benefit. So work out for your benefit more. When you apologize, the burden comes off your shoulder. When you don't, it stays within you. It's not easy. It's not the natural way to do. Just say it's, at least say it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you. Or just say something like thank you. Because the pain is there. Forgiving does not mean that the pain has gone. But the fact that you have allowed yourself to let that weight off you, pain goes slowly, slowly. Because tomorrow, another one will offend you. And the next day, another one will offend you. How many pains will you carry? Do you have a bag? No, you don't. And the forgiveness, reconciliation is the way of people who love one another. Because as long as you are moving on in life, you are in school, you're going to step on somebody's toe. When you step on them, just notice the toe can break. Just soothe it. Just say, I'm sorry.
So a broken toe?
By oiling it or putting, you know, some balm. The apology is the balm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you, Mom, for coming to my show today. And by the way, if you didn't know, Mom has her own show, which is called Surrendered with Rachel Kimani. I'll link it in the bio, so kindly go subscribe if you like her content. But you know, also subscribe to my channel and go like her videos, go check them out, super cool. And you can also check out the rest of my videos or ask her mom if you liked this one. But for now, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.